Hello everyone, I'm your host 2005 Guy Bro 2. Okay, so today instead of doing a game, going through a game and everything else, we're going to actually talk about the UK's, let's say, job market, as in when you're looking for work, it can be quite difficult. Actually, it's very difficult. Heck, I've been out of it for quite a while. Um, but what my aim is to do is to help people stay ahead of some problems that may be coming their way. As in, if they've just recently lost their job, or if they've been out of work for a while and they need to sign on to the Jobcentre to get some income to help them find a job. That's basically what the income is from the Jobcentre. It's actually to help you find a job, not to cover your bills. Which is a bit of a pain if your bills are very freaking high, um, because you need to be able to afford your place to live. You need to still pay the council tax, which is really stupid if you're unemployed, um, and all the other things that go with it, like electricity bills, internet bills, you name it, and it's going to be in there. The amount that you get from the job centre is not even close to being enough to pay for that stuff. So you basically want to find a job ASAP, but you don't want to have issues with the job centre. You don't want to be on their bad side. If you are on their bad side, they will quite literally make it hell for you. Worst case scenario, you actually get sanctioned by our own freaking government. Um, and that's because they will go, they will actually have a good look at you and go through what you're doing. They will pretty much hound you into trying to find something that's even if it's not completely suitable for you, even if it's 90 miles away from home. And yes, you do have to be applying for jobs that are up to 90 miles from home. Um, and it can get quite ridiculous with the hoops that we have to jump through. We also have to be looking for work for at least 35 hours a week. I do about 50, 60 hours just to stay afloat, basically to stay on their good side. If they ask you to do, if you would be willing to do a course through them, or a something like the National Career Service, or uh, CTEC, or something down that line, always say yes. Because if you say no, they will put a mark against you saying you're not looking for work. So always say yes, no matter how stupid it is, um, not suitable for yourself. Always say yes. Um, that's one way you stay ahead of this game. Um, and then basically what I'm going to do now is basically give you a couple clips as to what you really need to be doing in order to stay afloat, stay on their good side, and make it look like you're actually looking for work. And also pointers as to showing them that you are quite literally looking for work. So with that said, let's get straight into this bit, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the first thing that you definitely want to do is be smartly dressed. Now, I cannot recommend the tuxedos from this supplier because they are really tight in the crotch. Let's say the crotch is completely non-existent, even though it says that they are men's suits. I am an XL. Quite literally, I am an XL when it comes to sizes, but I have to get a double XL, a 3XL, and they still don't fit, especially in the crotch. Um, I don't know if it's meant for a eunuchs, or that is actually women's trousers that have been labelled for men's trousers, but I cannot recommend these trousers. But when you're going in to the job centre, always be smartly dressed. I aim for a very cheap tux, and I do mean cheap. These are under £100. Granted, if you're unemployed and you have no money, it's very hard to get this. But you can go straight down to Asda and pick up a nice looking suit. Just make sure that you've got proper shirt on, tie, even if it's a real pain in the backside to tie these ties. even if you have to get some help from somebody that knows how to tie a tie, they're standing behind you and actually doing it for you, and then that way you're actually picking up how to tie it. Uh, Always go in smartly dressed, otherwise they will give you hell within about a week or so. Okay, so these are the some of these are the sites that I go to when it comes to looking for work. Some of these sites may no longer exist. It's something that I try to keep up on top of every now and again. But what we have is we have the name of the agencies, we have their websites, we have their addresses for if you have to go down there. We've got the job types that they cover, as well as where it says address locations, the locations of the country that they cover. So if they cover only London, um, Gloucestershire, whatever it's called, Berkshire, Hampshire, Lancashire, Cheshire, Cheshire, you get the drift. Then when we go to this side over here a little bit further, so we've got the job types. Over here I've got listed, these are suitable for the area that I currently reside in, partly sometimes suitable for the location. They're just plain not suitable, dark ones being dead. Now I do have one which is black, which is this one over here. I've got an active boycott against Adecco, and I'm probably blacklisted on them anyway. So that's why this one's black. The reason why I think I'm blacklisted on them, and the whole reason why I'm basically boycotting them, is quite simple. I used to do some contracting work through them. I never had any issues. Then it was a case of they dropped me off at one of them, and this site was completely and utterly not suitable for someone like myself. And about halfway through it, my body was completely destroyed, and I thought, screw this, I'm going home. Now, after I did that, they didn't bother looking for any type of role for me anymore, and thus I boycott them now as well. Even in this day and age, because even though I don't think that I'm on their records anymore, but I still have an active boycott against them because, well, why not have a grudge against somebody that wronged you? But with that said, hope that everyone can utilize this list if it helps them. It used to be 650 sites. It's now down to 149, I think. Because let's face it, I'm not going crisscross over the entire country. Um, and I do have some here that are just way too far out of my range at the moment. But I like to keep the list handy just in case something happens. So with that said, let's go through the list so that if anyone can utilize some of these sites, they have the option to do so. So see what kind of jobs that they advertise for mostly. So let's go to a little bit further down the page. So we have a couple bits and pieces here. Used to work for a company that changed itself into Modus, then Modus International, and now it's something else altogether. I think the computer people is one thing that they changed themselves to. My guess is they've changed themselves to something else altogether again. But yeah, that's something that happens quite a lot as well when you're doing lots of job seeking. So there's quite a lot to go through again, and hope that you can basically jot down everything that's suitable. The ones I've grayed out, like CV Library, Indeed, they're basically the ones that everyone will suggest no matter what. Although if you do put your CV on Indeed.co.uk or Indeed.com, whatever you do, do not. I mean, I really have to irradiate this. Do not put your mobile phone number, your telephone number on your CV. Do not put your main email address on your CV. Do not put your full house address on your CV. Just put down the county that you're in and the city or uh, yeah the city or the location that you're in. Just not the house address or the road name. Whatever you do, do not do that. If you do, you open yourself up to a lot of scams. So whatever you do, do not do that. Always refrain from putting those details on your CV or resume. Otherwise, you can be looking at a lot of trouble. Trouble that you really could do without. And then let's go that a little bit further. So as you can see, there's a lot of red over here because it does, for example, either this one's no longer existent or it doesn't say where it is, and it just doesn't list any jobs as to what type that they do. And that's the last of everything I've currently got listed. Like I said, it used to be 650 job sites. I've basically whittled them down quite substantially because of the area I currently reside, which is the Suffolk area. But I do look all over the place when doing it, because when you're doing the whole job seeking, they expect you to go up to 19 miles from home. And in my personal opinion, that's way too far away. That's way too far away. My personal opinion, it should be no more than 20 miles that you have to look for. And that's still saying something, because if you're driving 20 miles, that still takes anywhere between um, 30 to 40 minutes worth of travel if you're doing it by car. If you're doing it by train, you have to rely on those trains, and they are completely and utterly unreliable. And the same with the buses. Buses can break down, they could be running late. It's a nightmare out there. Currently, I don't have a car anymore because rust killed it. Um, Basically, not having used it for 4 years, and it's quite salty where I currently reside within Suffolk. Um, it's yeah, it's killed my car. The whole thing rusted out from the inside out. So now I have to walk it, bus it, train it, and I'm not liking those options. My knees and my hips have osteoarthritis in them, or both hips, both knees have osteoarthritis. Um, I have issues with rib cage, rib muscles, uh, shoulder muscles, shoulders themselves. Uh, I just can't move as much as I used to. So I'm mostly looking for, well, I'm looking for all over the country. I'm applying for all over the country, but I'm mostly looking for something that's close by to where I live, and of course, looking for remote work as well. Anything behind a computer will do me, but it's trying to get that first foot through the door, which is always the hardest. So with that said, I hope that this helps everyone. I'll show you everyone the rest of the bits and pieces I utilize to stay ahead of being sanctioned by my own government. And I hope that all this helps everyone else that is currently on the job seeking front. Okay, so here we have a search list for, well, a daily search list for all the different sites I go to look for work. So every day I'll have uh, all of these to go to, and then I've got a list here for the starting line that I put on the Universal Job Match diary, basically starting with the site, then the name of the job, where it's located, how much it pays, as well as how many hours it does. And so again, I hope that this helps. If you do it in this order, it's nice and neat, looks professional on your job seeking, and they will not argue with you whatsoever. Here we have a listing of the days, dates, and timescales that I search for work. This will help basically when uploading to Universal Job Match, which day it is, what month is, the hours that I always search in, as well as the breaks already taken out. I basically search every 4 hours, and then I basically add the job site. I withhold the name of the company, but I put in what the job is and everything else when I upload to Universal Job Match, so they don't breach GDPR. Okay, so I screwed up a little bit on this document. I think I got the days and the dates wrong, which made me redo this entire document again. What you're seeing here is me doing the format of my let's say diary for Universe Job Match. It has the days, the dates, and the timescales of which I do my job seeking. Of course, if something happens, like I've got coursework or I've got a medical issue or anything like that, I always have to go back in, change the timescales. If something else happens, always go back in, change the timescales. Um, what you've got here is a format of the day, the date, how many email job alerts I've had, how many actual job alerts over the course of the day, which job alerts I've applied for, and then I also add in, of course, the job sites and if I found any on those as well. So I hope that all of this has helped all of you and will help you all in the future. If it has, I would like to say um, good luck in the future with your new job. If it hasn't yet, who knows, it might help you get land that job that you want, or a job at least, so that you can get the job that you want in the near future. But all of this will definitely help you stay afloat and stay on top of the Jobcentre and our own government so that you don't get sanctioned. If you get sanctioned, that's it. Everything that you've gotten payment wise from them, you will have to pay them back. So even if you don't have the money, you somehow have to get a loan and then pay that money back to the government. I'm not joking. This is serious, and you have to stay on top of it. Otherwise, you can wind up in deep trouble. So I hope that all of this has helped you that little bit further. And who knows, if you do the same as I do, you do not get any trouble from the job centre. They will see that you are doing what you can to stay afloat. Granted, the hours that I've got listed here will not be for everyone. I start very early in the morning and up to late at night, and I still try getting my videos out, my live streams, and everything else, just so that I can help everyone, not only with life, but also gaming, of course, developers as well. So with that said, thank you all for watching. I hope that this has been educational and will help you all in the future, as well as anyone that has not lost their job yet. If you do, uh, take note of what I've got here, and this will definitely help you if you have, well, if you don't want to have issues with the government or the job centre in the future. So thank you all for watching, and bye for now.